Pokemon Facts and Trivia is back. So kick back and get yourself a snack. Okay, I have no idea what that was, but anyway. Obviously, I'm running out of ideas for the intro, so let's just get into this. Pokemon Facts and Trivia, episode 12. Fact number 1. The Iron Mask Marauder. The Iron Mask Marauder was the main antagonist from the 4th Pokemon movie, Celebi, Voice of the Forest. Due to a mistranslation in the movie, it was thought that the Iron Mask Marauder was actually Jesse and James' future son. Due to his Dark Ball's powers and his appearance, he may have been the source of inspiration for Cypher in future Pokemon games. Fact number 2. Yamask. Yamask's name is a combination of Yami, meaning darkness, and mask. It may also come from Yama, which is the Lord of the Dead in Hindu and Buddhism. And all 3 of Yamask's Pokédex entries actually say that it is the spirit of a deceased human. This means that Yamask is the first ever literal ghost-type Pokemon. Now I say literal ghost-type because the first ever literal ghost was actually the ghost Marowak. Fact number 3. Gardevoir. Gardevoir's Japanese name is actually Sir Knight, despite the fact that Gardevoir actually has a feminine appearance, and there's a 50% chance of it being a female. Gardevoir and its other stages can actually learn Will-O-Wisp by breeding in Generation 4, but it cannot learn the move through TM. This is fixed in Generation 5. In Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, it is actually possible for Wally's Ralts to actually faint in the tutorial. Here's the rundown. If Wally's Zigzagoon is generated with 11 attack, Ralts has a nature that lowers its defense, it has 3 IVs at the most in HP and 5 IVs in the most in defense, then Zigzagoon's first tackle will do 10 damage, and its second tackle after a growl will do 7 damage, which will equal 17 damage, which will be just enough to KO the Ralts. However, the game will progress as it normally would. The chances of this happening, though, are only 1 in 8,574. It is also possible for Wally's Ralts to be shiny in the tutorial. However, the chances of that are 1 in 8,192, which means the chances of it being shiny and fainting in the tutorial are 1 in... I have no idea, you do the math. Fact number 4. Zekrom. Zekrom was first revealed on May 28th, 2010. On May 31st, 3 days later, Shoko Nakagawa, the host of Pokemon Smash, actually leaked that Zekrom was an electric-type Pokemon and she would like to catch one when Pokemon Black and White came out. However, Zekrom's type was not meant to be leaked for another 3 weeks. This post was quickly removed. Zekrom's name is actually a combination of Kuru, which means black in Japanese, and Ze, which is a harder sound because it was meant to be a more powerful-looking Pokemon than Reshiram. Zekrom actually had its cry swapped with Reshiram in the anime. In Zekrom's first 2 anime appearances in the first 2 Pokemon Black and White episodes, he actually had Reshiram's high-pitched cry. However, in the 14th movie and in later episodes, Reshiram had the high-pitched cry, and Zekrom had his own cry. Now, I know you guys are going to be begging for proof, so I'm going to put a link to the 14th movie in the description below. If it gets taken down for copyright, then there's nothing I can really do about it. Fact number 5. Mombasa City. Mombasa City is the most populated city in Unova, with 150 residents. There are actually 239 residents if you include the 2 stadiums in the city. With 239 residents, it actually makes up 1/4 of Unova's population, which is 807. Unova is actually the most heavily populated region. Mombasa City was actually the 2nd place in the Unova region to receive a English name. In the 13th Pokemon movie, Zorak Master of Illusions, Kodai's team is called the Mombasa Legends. However, he only says this during the prologue of the movie, which was actually cut in the Cartoon Network version of the movie. This cut to the movie was actually an unauthorized cut, and it was restored in later runnings.